James, I asked you the same question yesterday, but I know you said you leave the weight cut to lightweight to the last minute. How much better are you feeling today than you would be if you were cutting down to 155?
Better. I mean, weight cuts always suck, but better. I don't have a lot to go left. You know, I have about 8 pounds left. For me, that's pretty easy. I can cut that in one time if I need to.
Yeah. So were you doing like similar walking around weight, like just throughout camp and stuff? As you would have been. It's just now you're doing like the major cut at the end.
Well, I always cheated my diet. That's why I always know if I wanted to, I could go back to lightweight because I made weight every time, never missed weight one time in 13 cuts, and I always cheated. But this time I didn't even start my diet till realistically about 2 weeks ago. Like I did a big portion of my camp in Thailand, and I was over there eating all types of food and just doing whatever.
Yeah, I know you said you had a friend over in Thailand, and that's kind of how you connected. But what was the ultimate motivation to go there?
Yeah, that's my 4th time in Thailand. I've been there before, so and then I trained with my friend Dorian Price. You know, he has a lot of experience. Very, very good striking coach, and I trained at the Fairtex Training Center, and it was just an amazing trip.
Do you think that's something you're going to continue doing probably throughout your career?
Well, like I said, I've been there 4 times. It really just depends on the situation, the opponent, and everything is how I always evaluate that.
And what ultimately, made you want to go up to welterweight?
Realistically, it was the losses. The fact that I wasn't ranked anymore. If I was still ranked, I would have stayed at lightweights. When you're not ranked anymore, it's kind of it kind of defeats the purpose. Especially when lightweight is so hard to get ranked at. It's such a hard division to get ranked at. So I just I felt like it was time.
Yeah. Do you think if you still would have been ranked, you would have stayed at lightweight? Because, I mean, you mentioned how you always made the weight.
For sure. If I was still ranked in the top 15, of course I would.
And you talked about staying at lightweight because you were ranked already, but welterweight is just as deep as lightweight, so do you feel like that might be a little bit hard to make that rankings or kind of climb up there?
I don't think it's as deep. I don't think so. There's guys that have won 6-7 fights in a row that still aren't even ranked in the top 15 at lightweight. Gilbert Burns just moved up and he won 2 fights in a row, and now he's ranked in the top 15 after 2 fights, and he wasn't ranked in the top 15 at lightweight, or he was barely ranked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's as deep. I don't. It's definitely hard once you get up there. Obviously, everybody's good in any division in the UFC, but I don't believe it's as deep.
So are there any specific names that you've been looking at? Because obviously, if you think that it's not too deep, that means you feel like you could beat whoever they give you. So have you looked at any names specifically?
I've been looking at Nico Price. My career is dependent on Saturday night, and I'm not delusional about that. And I got to win this fight.
You guys got bumped to the main card from the prelims. You're now not third from the top spot.
Okay, I didn't even realize that.
Does that show a sign of respect for you guys from the UFC, or what they kind of think about this fight?
Just exciting, I was a little shocked that we were on the prelims to begin with, but I don't really care. I know a lot of people like, oh, you're on the prelims now, like I care. I'm getting paid the same regardless. My contract is my contract, so it really doesn't matter to me. As far as the main card, yeah, it's always good to be on the main card, but if I'm making the same money, it doesn't matter to me. And I know that we're exciting. We're both. I've never seen him be in a boring fight, and I've never been in a boring fight, so I feel like that always is going to give me a good chance to get a top spot on the card.
Yeah, and you'll be fighting about like 2 hours later now, though. Does that impact anything?
I'm used to fighting late at night, so I haven't been I've been on the prelims in the last couple of years when I fought Joe Duffy. That was a prelim card a couple years ago, but I was still at the end of the prelims, so close to the main card as well anyway, so it doesn't change nothing.
And is that really how you feel? Like if you lose this one, that could potentially be your job here in the UFC?
Yeah. That's not up to me, obviously, but I've lost 3 in a row now. Losing a 4th is not an option in my mind, and I'm not treating it as such.
In your mind, by moving up a weight class, it's still the same company you're fighting for, obviously the same career, but is it in a way like mentally like you're hitting like the reset button and just starting clean?
It's a good way to because so many guys lose and use the weight cut as the excuse. So it's a good way to so-called reinvent yourself. You know what I mean? Because everyone tries to use that gimmick. So for me, it was just about not being ranked anymore. If I'm not ranked, then I might as well move up, and I could win probably less fights and get ranked in the top 15 than if I stayed at lightweights. That's all it was for me. Basically, it was just not being ranked anymore.
Yeah. And just curious, how do you feel training for a welterweight fight? Do you feel any different or like stronger?
I don't feel any different. I feel the exact same. The things I focused on are technical. Just like the reason why I've lost these fights. If you look at the last 3 guys I fought, I mean, first of all, they're all ranked now in the top 7 or 8 in the world. Like they're all killers, and I got beat with technical issues, dropping my hands, keeping my chin in there, and these are things that I've focused, almost religiously to address. Like I've addressed these things as best I can, and I feel like I've made major progress, and I definitely feel like I could be a top fighter in the world. I mean, just 2 fights ago, I had a razor thin decision loss to Felder, and he's ranked number 6 in the world now. So I think that it's just a matter of keeping my hands up, my chin down.
Yeah. I mean, before the losing streak, you were rising up the rankings and you were making some noise. That's how you feel? You feel like it came down to technique and you have to fix certain holes?
100%. These are technical flaws that I've had my whole career, but only until recently have anybody ever been able to capitalize on them. I mean, I lost both those fights by dropping my, last fight I got caught by Dan Hooker. I'm throwing a left hook in the middle of the cage with this hand up, this hand down, and my chin straight up in the air. It's a technical issue that needed to be addressed, and I did the best I can, and added some new things and did the best I can to fix this problem. And I feel like it's been fixed as fast as possible.
Obviously, this is something you've recognized, which is good. You're aware of it. In a way, are you kind of glad you're fighting someone like Nico Price that we know that he's a striker and likes to strike? So.
I think honestly, he is a striker, but I think he's a grappler as well. I think he's a grappler first, to be honest with you, and I think that he's going to look for a big bomb, and he's going to look for an overhand or a left hook, big loop and shot it. If he can't land it, I think he's going to try to grapple me. 100%, I believe that, and I think that it's a good matchup for me because he's he's been a lot of people I know I'm the underdog in this fight, but he's been knocked out 2 out of his last 3 fights also. So in my mind, we're on a level playing field.
Yeah, and I spoke to Sergio Pettis recently, and he was in a bit of a skid, and he said he underwent some dark times through that. I wonder if you had anything similar with your skid, and if so, how did you manage to like?
For sure. I've had, I'm not gonna go into detail about some of the stuff. I've had some personal issues. I had one of my best friends die a couple months ago. I'll talk about this after I win on Saturday night.